I'm Liz Brinkman, and I'm a registered dietitian and certified intuitive eating counselor. And I'm coming to you again tonight on a Monday night. It's pretty late, it's past dinner time. But I wanted to talk with you for a moment. In the past, I've been offering up some videos that I'm calling Monday Night Meal Prep, just to share a little bit about some ideas for making dinner on a Monday night, and then also just talking about what it's like to eat and what it's like to be with a family around a dinner table. And I took some time off last week because a lot was going on in our country. We were hearing about flattening the curve and social distancing, and we were thinking to ourselves, how far exactly is 6 feet? How do I gauge that when I'm standing in line at Walgreens? And the situation just hit us on every level of our being. And it affected our feelings of safety. It affected our access to food. For many of us, it affected jobs. And it just affected us, like I said, on many levels. It is and was traumatic. It's a traumatic experience, and it's still happening. It's not over yet. And there's a lot of grief and loss around this. And, you know, I was just thinking the other night, I dropped a birthday gift off to a friend, and her children came to the door, and they opened the door wide open and started to run out to me. And I said, no, stop. We can't be with each other. And they froze, and I thought, they have no idea what's happening. They're just these young kids who are used to running out and giving me a hug. And I noticed that when I saw the kids, I went to reach for them because we embrace each other. And my body just felt confused after that. There was this thing that was meant to happen that didn't get to happen. And so while we're spending a lot of time up in our head, our body is also noticing some changes as well. Maybe like when it comes to eating, maybe we aren't noticing as much of an appetite, or maybe we're noticing a really big appetite where we're reaching for more food than we usually do. And I just want to name that right now, when it comes to food, there's no incorrect way to be relating to food. This is a whole new experience that many of us have never had to deal with before. And so our coping mechanisms are all out of whack. And so I want to invite you all to go forward with some tenderness and care. And one thought that I keep coming back to is this idea of choice. And right now, there might be a part of you that has a lot of anger or sadness or fear because it's not getting what it wants, this part of you. And maybe you don't have access to all the food you normally have. Or maybe you don't have access to the food that you feel safest with. But I would invite you to keep coming back to this idea of choice, that you do have a choice. Even though you might not be getting what you want, you have the choice to eat what's available and to try to find some permission with that, and trying to view that as just a good enough option for now. So I am going to share a video of some soup that I made yesterday actually, from some vegetables that I found in my refrigerator, just some staples. And if watching a food video right now or a cooking video doesn't feel like a good fit, then I would invite you to just turn it off now. And finally, before I go, I just want to let you know that fear is real, but it's not the most real thing. We can stay connected. And I would encourage you to reach out to me through my Instagram, which is LizBrinkman_RD, or you can find a way to contact me through my website, which is www.lizbrinkmanrd.com. Good night. I'm starting out in a corner of my bedroom because all my kids are around and they're loud. So this is going to be Meal Prep Monday refrigerator and pantry edition. And I'm going to make a simple soup that is going to save me for the week, because soup, a big batch of soup, can be eaten through the entire week. And my kids might not like it, but that's okay. They like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for lunch, and that way I can have what I want and they can have what they want, and everybody's happy. Here are the key players. I found an onion, celery that got frozen in my crisper drawer, and a bunch of vegetables. So take time to dice all of your vegetables that you're going to use. You can even use frozen vegetables here or canned vegetables. I used onions, celery, carrots, cauliflower. I wanted to use broccoli, but I didn't have any, so I used Brussels sprouts instead. All of these vegetables plus some potatoes got added to a big stock pot, covered with water, and brought to a boil to simmer for about 15 minutes until they were tender. Adding bouillon is a great way to flavor soup. You can find it in this paste or in cube form. To the pot of boiling vegetables, I added 4 cups of milk, a tablespoon of the bouillon base, and a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. And I just simmered that mixture for about 5 to 10 more minutes. The final step, and this is optional, is to blend 1 cup of milk and 1/3 of a cup of flour together until it's smooth, and stir that into the soup and cook until it's thickened. In the end, I added 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese to the soup for a little extra creaminess. This is a great soup because you can add your own protein to it. I decided to add white beans to my soup because I had a can in my pantry. I added this bagged salad mix for a little side salad option. It's winter in Arizona, so we have an abundant supply of oranges. Everyone is trying to get rid of their oranges, and so I added some of those on the side as well.